Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long month, okay? A long month. A lot of you guys who follow me on Snapchat and other social media, especially on Twitter, surprisingly, because I'm not usually on there. But you guys kind of know what's been going on. I am in Houston. Harvey did happen almost a month ago. And it did impact me. I was in an area that flooded pretty severely. And it has just been quite a roller coaster trying to get myself back onto YouTube and kind of back into the swing of things. So I just wanted to come on here and thank you guys so much for checking in with me, sending all of your positive messages and prayers and everything my way and to the city of Houston as a whole. It's going to be a very, very long time before Houston gets back to where it was. I know that other tragedies have happened, sadly, Hurricane Irma and Maria, and just the effects in Florida and in the Caribbean. And so those things have happened since then. But just know that everything that happened in Houston is definitely still lingering. So kind of wanted to tell you guys what happened with me. I live in an apartment. And so in my area is very, very close to a bayou that did come out of its banks and overflow onto the streets and into the neighborhood. So my apartment complex kind of ended up being an island. I have pictures and videos and everything that I'll be playing as I kind of explain this to you guys. But literally there was no way to get out and no way to get in other than by helicopter. So I spent a few nights just kind of hearing helicopters overhead all night long. That mixed with, of course, the phones going off because of tornado warnings. So it has just been a very loud month. Now that all of that has calmed down, it's gone from, you know, hearing the alerts and the helicopters to now, well, after like a few days after that, it was then the car alarms because, you know, everyone's cars had flooded out. So then cars were going crazy in the parking lot. So then that was loud. Now, all of the first floor units did completely flood out. And so now it's just been the noise of the construction and tearing out the sheetrock and just all of that stuff. The parking lot of my apartment complex is just an entire mess. All of the homes that are in the area are completely lost. As of like yesterday, even when I rode by, there are still just literally miles and miles of just people's entire lives sitting on the curb. And it's really sad and disheartening, and it's hard to see every day and be in every day when the world has kind of moved on and moved to the next thing. So that's kind of why it's been hard to really get back to YouTube, because I'm still in this thing and still trying to get everything together with me. My car was affected. I thought that it had completely flooded out, but I actually was able to get it back day before yesterday. So 2 days ago I got my car back, and it's been that long since Harvey happened. So I finally have a car again. A lot of the clients that I was working with here in the Houston area did lose their homes. They lost their cars, and so in turn I've lost a lot of clients. So from a business aspect, that's kind of where I am. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I have my car now. I can get to the clients who were not affected. And then of course sending my prayers and thoughts and just reaching out to all of my clients who were directly affected by Harvey. So a couple of days after the storm hit, when I was finally able to get out of my apartment complex once the water receded, the first thing that I did was went to go and volunteer. I did post this on Snapchat. I think I even did an Instagram live video, but I volunteered at Lakewood Church, which is my church, my home church. And there was like a food pantry area where you would like gather all of the food donations that were coming in, and then you kind of separate everything out and give them to the families that were coming to receive food accordingly. So there was, you know, food, baby formula, diapers, I mean, everything that you can think of, and even some things that you may not have thought of, were there and were being given out to help those who were affected. So that was something that I did immediately after, and that's definitely something that I want to continue to do, because like I said, if you are in the Houston area, a lot of these you know, charities, local charities, churches, and everything else are still in need of volunteers. I did hear about Lakewood also doing I did this last year too, when there was a flood here in Houston, but they're needing people to do the manual labor of actually tearing out the sheetrock of people who, you know, did not have insurance or what have you, or elderly people who need help doing those types of things, but they're still accepting volunteers for stuff like that. So if you're in the area, that's definitely something that you can do. I also wanted to share this clip with you guys. I actually went out on a run yesterday at one of my favorite parks to run at, which is Buffalo Bayou. Oh my gosh, are you guys seeing these clips? Like, this is crazy. There's literally no path. Like, the path, the asphalt path that I usually run on literally fell into the bayou, so it doesn't exist. So there were just tons of signs that said that the trail was closed because the trail was not there. The level of the bayou is still very, very high, and the water is moving very, very fast, even still here almost a month later. So that was just really crazy to see. It was my first time back. As you can see, all of the trees just have a ton of piled up debris in them, because the water was past the trees. Like, can you even imagine? It's just crazy. So the way that I was able to run is that there is a bike path that sits a little bit higher, so they kind of just rerouted everyone to run on the bike path. And that's what I did until I got to a point where you literally couldn't get past, because it was just a ton of dirt and sand and whatever. It felt like quicksand. Like, once you tried to step into it, it's like you better move quick, because or else your whole foot was literally going to be stuck. So there was like, that probably lasted as far as I could see, so I didn't even chance trying to go to my normal little ending spot that kind of overlooks the downtown area. So that's kind of where we are here in Houston with Harvey. There's still tons of people here, guys, who need help, who need your prayers, and who want to know that the rest of the US and the world is praying for them and thinking of them and has not forgotten about them. So I don't know if I'll eventually put together something. I was promoting what Bun B and his wife Queenie were doing, as far as having that link, if you guys saw my Instagram, to the GoFundMe, but she did close the GoFundMe about 2 days ago to go ahead and remove the money, which ended up being about $11,000. She wanted to close that out so that she could start getting all of the supplies and things that people needed to them. And so that GoFundMe is closed. But again, if you like to just find your own local charity or church or some place that you trust, it's definitely very much still needed here in the Houston area. So wanted to make this video to let you guys know I am okay. I survived Harvey. And you know, it was tough with me being from New Orleans, and I wasn't in New Orleans at the time of Katrina, but it definitely impacted my family, and I just, you know, I had the memories of that, and it was just, it's been hard mentally. So the only thing that I thought that I'd lost was my car and my training equipment that was in my car and everything like that. But that can be replaced. There's people who lost their lives. There's people who have lost everything that they've ever owned. And so I'm very, very blessed to not have lost those things. And I will be back here on YouTube with you guys, I promise. I feel so bad because I had just gotten into this little groove, if you've been watching me, where it was like, okay guys, I'm gonna do the car vlogs now, and then I have no car and, to do the car vlogs in. So I apologize for that, but I am back. I hope that you guys will remain subscribed, and please continue to support me, and I will be back for good very, very soon. Thank you guys. I love you for watching. Bye.